Hello, magical gangsters. Welcome to another edition of Gangster Magician Tarot, where I'll be your host, the Gangster Magician himself. I'm here to bring you a message, because that's what I do. I deliver messages, okay? And I'm yet to get paid. I want to get paid. No, I'm kidding. I don't care. I enjoy it. I just like to deliver, okay? I am the mailman, okay? Rain, sleet, or snow, the mail always comes, okay? Just like I do. I'm always here. Okay, so let's see what we're working with here, okay? Yes, my main man, Archangel Michael, is here to protect us, okay? Can't nobody get past Archangel Michael, because if you're not on the list, you're not getting in, okay? But all my magical gangsters, you are on that list. We got bottles of Cristal. We got the finest wine here for you. So whatever you like, the best weed, it's all yours, okay? Enjoy yourselves. Have a good time, because your wish is my command, okay? And if you get out of line, I throw black tourmaline at you, okay? Only if you're a demon, though. Demons, they try to sneak by, but, we let them. Sometimes we let demons sneak in, and then we just do it just to, like, catch them. And we say, hey, brother, we knew the whole time, right? The looks on their faces are priceless. So that's why I will open my love to you. My heart chakra is open to you. So let's get a little selenation here of the cards. I want to use this thing, then. Whatever, I'll use this thing. Get a little selenation. All right, so just so we know, it looks like there's going to be a painful ending for whoever came up against you, because, when they come up against you, the end result will always be the same, and that's you destroying them and sending their bitch ass all the way back to hell to never be seen or heard from again, okay? And that is why you have this Two of Cups here, because this is what they were trying to block. This Two of Cups here puts an end to all those people who tried to block this Two of Cups for you, okay? So that is why they're desperately trying to, hang on, continue the charade. But don't worry, because you have this Two of Cups here with this Emperor, okay? So there you go. And that's it's pretty nice, all right, if you ask me. Because you know why it's pretty nice? Because you got that Knight of Wands energy in you. You got very passionate, okay? Very inspired, adventurous. Come off fearless, okay? People like that in you. They say it's very impressive. Okay, and that's why the Justice is here for you. Justice said, I'm here for you, brother. I'm here. I'm a little late, but I'm here, all right? So at least they're here, okay? So better late than never, correct? So at the end of the day, Eight of Swords. Now, whoever this is, waiting for this Ten of Swords to happen, is currently in this Eight of Swords, okay? You're stuck, okay? So right now, your enemies, they're stuck, okay? So that's where they're at right as we speak, real time, but what's coming is this Ten of Swords, okay? Because this is also coming, because it's always in your energy with this Emperor, okay? You always have this beautiful Knight of Wands energy, and now Justice is here, okay? Even though they said they were late, okay? But they called, they told us they called. They said they called, but they couldn't get through, they said. They just felt like they didn't want to keep calling, so, They said they would get there one way or another. All right, so let's see what we're working with them. Let's get a read here. There we go. They're all good. Good to go. Good to go. Yeah, this one bracelet's too big. I don't like that one. Too big. All right, so got what we working with here. What do we got? The overall energy here. What is the overall energy here of the collective divine feminine, that is? What is it? Okay, Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So somebody's, presenting themselves as a false sense of success here that's being seen through, okay? This person was presenting themselves as a Nine of Pentacles, as somebody who is independent, that could do it all, that, doesn't need anybody, okay? That's a Queen of Pentacles, pretty much. This is what they're trying to present themselves as, while saying that you are the opposite of that, okay? So they were trying to project that onto you, but the fact is that you return that to them now, and you are being seen as the Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, okay? That's exactly who you are, okay? Not only that, you are in this Nine of Wands energy, okay? So you're extremely brave. So just know you're very courageous. It was shown, and that courageousness is the reason why this person now is being seen as the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, okay? Because at one time, you know, you could fake a Nine of Pentacles for a while, but once things get a little tough, then we'll see just how tough you really are. Because if you could do it all by yourself, then they would be able to do it all by themselves. They wouldn't have to have all these people around helping them. When you're clear as day, you know, doing everything by yourself. So that's where we see, and being brave while doing it shows who the real one is here. Okay, this person's a fucking joke. Yeah, beat it, you know. But it's all right, though. They're getting theirs. All right, you know why they're getting theirs? Because the world in reverse, okay? Because they're not coming to the new world with you, okay? Because they were trying to take shortcuts there. They thought they were going to take your spot. They want the destiny swap with you, this person. But the fact is they can never be you. They couldn't even last a second in your shoes, okay? They wanted to keep this cycle going, but, you know, Four of Pentacles, they didn't want to share the wealth. They didn't want you to get anything, okay? They wanted to hold on to everything, okay? That's exactly what it is. They're trying to hold on. Now they're trying to hold on to everything they got now, but now it's like sand coming out their hands. It's just whatever. They're done. You're just sitting here resting and relaxing, and they're over here, you know, doing everything, doing the most. So that's the funny part. All right, now Five of Swords in reverse. Somebody now has a desire to reconcile with you. They want to make amends. There's a desire to forgive here, okay? They seem like they want to leave behind this Nine of Pentacles in reverse, this world in reverse, this, you know, fake bullshit, because this isn't what they're looking for. So Five of Swords in reverse, I always look at as a, you know, DM counterpart card, because they have a desire to reconcile, okay? And who do they have a desire to reconcile with? You, of course, the magical gangsters of the world, okay? The Gangster Magician, okay? Because they see exactly what you're all about, all right? They knew this, okay? It's just the fact that this was the only way that it was be able to put you on display, okay? To show all these people just how strong you really are, okay? This is really was calculated in the 5D, like I told you many times, okay? So if whatever happened in the 3D, you got to put that past it. You got to say, well, you know, the 5D is really where it matters. Okay, and you have to find ways to, you know, come together down here, okay? And it's just like, but you have to eliminate a lot of karmic energy for that to even happen, okay? And then that's like the ultimate, you know, situation for ultimate love situation. So it's very difficult. Of course, they're not going to make it easy, you know? Knight of Cups in reverse, and now, you know, whoever wants to reconcile, they're seeing whoever, this Nine of Pentacles in reverse is the Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, they're moody disappointment, okay? Coming off very jealous and insecure. They're, you know, they are clingy now. They're becoming off clingy, okay? While you are in this Page of Wands energy with inspiration and limitless potential, okay? You're a free spirit, okay? Bring excitement to the table, all right? That's why people want to be around the excitement. Not like this bullshit. These people are just, this is all built on fear. This side, they fear of what people will think, what this, appearances. It's clear as day who's the fraud here, okay, and who's the real one. I mean, you carry yourself in an authentic manner. These people are all fake, okay, and they know that they know they're fake, okay, and the fact is they're even more jealous that you don't even care, okay, that be fake, like, you know what I mean? They know they have to be fake to be anything, and you just don't give a fuck, okay, because here you go. Here's another one for you, because you have that Page of Wands, that energy, that limitless potential you have, brother. That is what you got. That's you bring it to the table, okay? You're bring the excitement to the table. All right, you know who you bring this excitement to? This King of Pentacles, okay? Because they really, really love you. All right, they see you in certain ways that it's out of this world. So that's who we know is looking to reconcile here. Desire to reconcile. King of Pentacles. Because they see your limitless potential, okay? They knew it, but now they really know, okay? And realistically, you wouldn't have known. I don't know how you would have gotten here any other way without just going with the flow, okay? Because you both would have had to swim upstream to be together, okay? It wouldn't have been enjoyable anyway. So there you go. Let it play out the way it's supposed to, is what this person, this King of Pentacles, was telling us, okay? They said Ace of Wands in reverse. They said there's a lack of motivation over here, a lack of energy, and a lack of passion. They feel weighed down, okay? That's why they want to get away from this, all right? They not only are they King of Pentacles, but they're also this King of Cups, because this is their default. They want to come. They have this desire to reconcile, okay? They're just trying to figure out how else to get rid of this. But these people are now eclipsing themselves out. So it's just playing out. That's all it is. They're just letting it play out, all right? They're They're not doing anything other than what they're supposed to be doing right now. All right, trust me when I tell you, they're not out there doing anything bad. I can see it. I mean, come on. Why would they have a desire to reconcile? They know they want to be the best version of themselves, so they can be around you. They just show they're a King of Pentacles and a King of Cups, you know, in the upright twice. All right, and now this person, this Nine of Pentacles reverse, is Hermit in reverse now. Okay, they're isolated, they're lonely, they're withdrawn. Okay, they lost their way. Okay, because they thought they were going to take your way. Okay, that's what they thought. Because they went in your Akashic records and saw that you had, you know, a nice destiny. Okay, and they thought they were going to come take it from you. But no, Two of Wands. Okay, because you were already ready for all this. Okay, you had you pretty much baited these people in, all right? You know, you put it like you had all your eggs in one basket, okay? But you had them all around. You were planning, progressing. You know what you're doing. You still are. You always have a plan A, B, and C. So you're good to go. That's why people see the limitless potential in you, especially this, you know, counterpart. All right, and you know who this Nine of Pentacles reverse is? This could not be, it doesn't have to be, but this is the high priestess in reverse. So it could be that, but that's, I always say, is the older matriarch energy. So this could be now the agent. So now we see the matriarch now. All right, this makes sense. Was presenting themselves as a false sense of success, Nine of Pentacles, okay? Acting like they didn't need anybody. All right, now we know. Okay, but now they're being seen as a moody disappointment, okay? Because they're trying to, you know, have a lack of energy and passion, okay? Because they're isolated and withdrawn, Hermit in reverse, because nobody wants to be around them, because they wanted to take shortcuts and keep the cycle going. So this could be anything. This could be your mother. This could be the counterpart's mother. This could be your copycat's mother, okay? It's always I always feel the high priestess in reverse is the older feminine energy, okay? Make sure. So just know the Chariot is here. And now this Five of Swords in reverse, desire to reconcile with this limitless potential, okay? All to the chagrin of this high priestess reverse. So this high priestess reverse wanted to control your counterpart, okay? So that would be their mother, all right? So then it makes sense that they would, you know, not want them to be with you because you're a strong feminine. They recognize that, okay? Because this person does energy work. This person does stuff. So that's why they're being seen now, okay? Because they rarely carry themselves as if they were like this, you know, Hollywood witch of sorts. But the Chariot's here, brother. Its movement is here. And this person is not liking how things are moving right now. They didn't see this coming. Okay, they didn't see it. You really rock this person's world. Trust me when I tell you. Okay, now Eight of Cups in reverse. They want to try one more time, all right? They're going to try to get your counterpart one more time, okay? And your counterpart's going to go with the flow, okay? They're not going to fight it. They're not going to, because every single time they try, it gets worse and worse and worse. So this person eventually is going to take themselves out. And that's coming, Eight of Wands, rapidly here, okay? Because let them try one more time, okay? Still going to end up going to where people want to desire to reconcile with you. The shift is almost fully complete now because you've had to figure the 2 months left in the 9-year, okay? And next year starts a whole new cycle, okay? With Neptune going back into Aries and Uranus going to Gemini. It's an entirely new fucking world. So there you go. You know what I mean? You got to deal with it. All right, because Knight of Swords, action-orientated, ambitious. You never were going to stop. You're driven to succeed. Okay, you're fast thinking. It's one of the fastest moving cards of the deck. It's just followed the Eight of Wands. So we know things are coming along quickly. As I said it, 2 months, all right? 2 months, and you will be in this 10 of Pentacles, all right? Because you are a 9 of Pentacles, okay? But your King of Pentacles will bring you the Ace of Pentacles, and that will already have your foundation built on that 10 of Cups, equaling your 10 of Pentacles. So remember, 10 of Cups creates abundance. The 10 of Cups creates the 10 of Pentacles. Trust me when I tell you. Okay, that's what you need to understand. People like to skip. They don't want to build the 10 of Cups. It's a little harder to build the 10 of Cups, okay? They want to skip it. They want to jump into other people's, let them build it, and then this is what they've been doing all these years. So, it's done. The days are over now. Okay? They're over. And we're here to let you know they're over. Okay? 7 of Cups in reverse, because now people are not confused anymore, all right? They're not confused about these options. They're not looking for anything other. They know that you are the one, okay? They know you're the one they want to be with, okay? Doesn't matter what this High Priestess in reverse says anymore, okay? They may have valued this person's opinion at one time. It's probably a very controlling mother, okay? And it's very difficult. This person probably been doing this. You know, they mold these ones, they mold their children to be these ways, so they knew how to control them, okay? But now you know, your person's Six of Swords, they're leaving that behind. They don't want to be bothered with this shit. This is a fucking joke. This person is coming off like a fucking, like they are. High Priestess in reverse are being seen. Okay? That's why they're isolated and withdrawn. Nobody wants to be around them. Seven of Cups in reverse. The confusion is no longer there. Okay? Because you know why? Because death is here for them. Okay? Because death is knocking on this High Priestess in reverse door now. Okay? Death was just knocking at King of Wands and reverse door. Now he's knocking at High Priestess and reverse door. Okay, so he's going back and forth. All right, he said, "I'm here." All right, they both now. This one's hiding in the closet with this Hermit in reverse. Okay, so they're trying to put this off. They're trying to prolong this, but at the end of the day, your counterpart's in the Seven of Cups in reverse, Five of Swords in reverse energy. Okay, while death is banging on this matrix door. Okay, and you were sitting here in this Knight of Swords, Page of Wands energy with limitless potential, action-orientated, ambitious with limitless potential as an inspiration, bringing excitement. Okay, wonder why this person is trying to escape. You know why? Because they're this emperor now. They're trying to be this emperor. Okay, and they're going to come. They're only going to come when they become this way. This is what they're determined to be. They don't want to settle for just being a King of Cups, a King of Pentacles. They want to be a full emperor because you're a High Priestess, Empress, Magician. So they want to be on your level. Just like that's what they wanted for you. They want you to be on their level, but then now you surpassed them. Now they want to be on your level. So ain't that something? Ain't that something? And that's when I guess you balance it, right? Two of Pentacles reversed, but now this matriarch, whoever this was, because they probably did a lot of work for a lot of people, is now feeling overcommitted, okay? They're disorganized. They have a lack of balance. They're overwhelmed. Death is knocking on the door. They don't want to answer, okay? They want to stay. Okay, they don't want to leave, they said, but they got to go because Page of Cups, because creative opportunities and intuitive messages are there for you. Okay, this person, they took it too far, all right? Because otherwise, death wouldn't be knocking at their door if they didn't take it this far. Okay, they could have got out of this, but their ego took them. The ego was too much for them, all right? They had to, you know, they wanted to be a big shot. All right, but whatever, they didn't want to heal, so death is knocking on their door. All right, Ten of Wands in reverse, because now they're being released, okay? The burden is left on them. Nobody's holding the burden for this person anymore because you solved the puzzle and you have the Wheel of Fortune. You have the limitless potential. I mean, what else is going to happen? What else could happen? What else besides that would happen? What else besides that could happen? Nothing besides that could happen, because here's another one, because the Wheel of Fortune is here for you, brother. So we know that is what's ending for you, the Wheel of Fortune, because you solved the puzzle. So there's another one, okay? And all you have to do right now is just rest and relax, and this Wheel of Fortune will be coming right towards you, Four of Swords. So we'll end it on that, okay? Why not? That's a good one. Wouldn't you concur with that being a good ending? You with this limitless potential, action-oriented and ambitiousness with your Wheel of Fortune, you did solve the puzzle, so you got to get your prize. And now your counterpart working towards being an emperor, and this Five of Swords in reverse, Seven of Cups in reverse energy, okay? Seven of Cups, they're not confused anymore. Five of Swords in reverse, their desire to reconcile. Okay, while this, you know, death is knocking on this High Priestess in reverse door, and they don't want to answer. All right, so let's get a confirmation. How about it? Okay, how about that? Okay, brother, and of course you are the fool, okay? Everybody knows that your pure and innocent nature is the reason why you're in the situation you're in, because you run on universal energy. Okay, because the Fool advises you to embrace your inner child, follow your dreams, and trust your intuition, and encourage you to have an open, curious mind and sense of excitement. And that's exactly what you're doing, and that's exactly why you have this Page of Wands energy, okay, with this Knight of Swords and this Wheel of Fortune. That's exactly why. And then you know why? Because you're also in the Sun energy, because you are the one who brings the fun, because you are the Sun. Okay, because the Sun card advises you to enjoy the success and happiness that you have worked hard to achieve and share your joy with others. Seems like what you're doing in full energy. Page of Wands. It's pretty awesome, okay? You are the one who's shattering all these illusions with the Moon. Okay, these people probably did moon magic last night. Okay, there was a full moon. It's going to be tonight. All right, so they're gonna be doing moon magic. So we're just going to return all this right to them. Okay, it's all going to be returned to them. They're not going to be able to do anything. Okay, because remember, you are an empress. Okay, everybody's got to remember that. They're putting that on full display that that's exactly who you are, and that is coming very, very quickly with the Eight of Wands. So things are moving rapidly here for you. Okay. And then, like I said, there's only 2 more months left of this year. So everything is in your favor for this cycle. You must understand. All right, so let me make a little room here. All right, so let's work with what are we working here. What are we working with here, guys? Can we get a little confirmation? A little, whatever this is here. A little clarification. Okay, so we have 8 of Swords in reverse. This is confirmation now for this 7 of Cups in reverse, 5 of Swords. So if you have your counterpart, that's an 8 of Swords in reverse, which is releasing negative thoughts, seeing things from a new perspective. 7 of Cups in reverse. Now, having no confusion that you're the one. Okay, there is no confusion here with any options. Okay, and it has a desire to reconcile. 8 of Swords. 5 of Swords. So you got the 5 of Swords in reverse, 8 of Swords in reverse, 7 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so that's all good things when it comes towards, releasing negativity. Okay, and, or any type of doubt. It's just releasing negativity and doubt is basically what that tells me. Okay, because remember, your main man is here. Death is here. They're knocking on that High Priestess matriarch's door. They're saying, hey, we got to talk to you. Okay, because this person didn't want to heal. They didn't want to admit they were wrong. They're too much of an ego. So it's like I said, either you kill your ego or your ego is going to kill you. One way. There's no other way about it. Okay, 3 of Pentacles reverse. Now there's all disharmony and misalignment. Okay, we're surrounding this matriarch in reverse. That's why they're, this Hermit in reverse they're in Hermit in reverse. Okay, they're isolated. They're withdrawn. Okay. They're trying to delay. They have a lack of motivation, but they still want to try one more time with this 8 of Cups, okay? They're still not completely finished. They still have a little bit, but it doesn't really make a difference because you're the High Priestess, okay? You're the real High Priestess, okay? And that's a fact. That's being clearly seen. This person tried to say you were nothing. They were trying to say that you were, a fraud, a fake, a phony. But the end result is that that's them. That's what they are. That's all they've been doing, selling themselves, the one-trick pony. That's all this person is. They play on people's fears. Okay, there's another one because you know why, brother? You want to know why they're not who you are because you are the one who's the High Priestess. Okay, you're the one who could see this person is a fraud. Okay, like I stated before, they try to present themselves as something that they are not. Okay, they've been fooling people for a lot of years. Okay, but now you are being seen as the clear High Priestess, while they are being seen as the clear High Priestess in reverse, and that is a fact. Okay, because you are also being seen as Queen of Wands energy. This is the energy your counterpart finds so sexy about you. They love it. They love you in this Queen of Wands, okay? Because the Queen of Wands is a confident and independent woman or man, okay, who is passionate and determined and who radiates warmth and vitality. And that's exactly what you do, and that is exactly what's very attractive, okay? And why wouldn't that be? Of course that's going to be attractive. Not to mention, you're very sexy, they say, too. They say you're a very sexy individual, that's good. You're just natural, okay? And now, since you were getting that Wheel of Fortune, okay, of course, you're getting the Wheel of Fortune means that this matriarch reverse, they're going to get the Wheel of Fortune reverse, bad karma, because they tried to block all this. Okay, they tried to block you while you were being a full energy. Okay, while you were, a Queen of Cups. Okay, they lied about you. They said all types of things. Now, Ace of Swords, people are clearly seeing that because the Ace of Swords is a card of mental clarity, breakthroughs, and new ideas that signify success, victory, and justice through the power of truth and intellect. So, yeah. And people are clearly seeing that you're the real High Priestess. This person knew that you would expose them. That's why they didn't want them together, because they knew that you would come and you would see through them, okay? Because they recognized that you were the real one. So they figured they would destroy you before you destroyed them. But by doing that, only destroyed themselves. Okay, and now being seen as Hierophant in reverse as a corrupt hypocrite. This is all this person. This person probably did spiritual work, came off like they were a good person, but behind the scenes were doing all types of crazy stuff. So now they're being seen as that. Okay, Page of Swords, because of your new ways of communicating. That is the reason why this matriarch, this person now is going down the tubes, this High Priestess in reverse, because of your new ways to communicate. Okay, so that's pretty awesome. Your thirst for knowledge is what made this happen. They thought you were just going to roll over and die. No, you're too much. No way would that ever happen. Could that ever happen? Okay, you're too much. Okay, and now what's going to be coming is this person, this corrupt hypocrite. They're on their judgment now. Okay, they are 100% on their judgment. They tried to avoid it. Okay, they're trying to avoid it. Death's knocking at the door. Judgment's here. Okay, and why is this all happening? It's all happening for you, the Queen of Cups. Okay, because they attacked the innocent Queen of Cups, who's also a High Priestess. Okay, because they were jealous and they didn't want you. Pretty much, they knew that you would have had your person see through their bullshit, because you would have seen through their bullshit, because they already knew you were going to be a High Priestess. They already had information about you before you even knew. So this was already prophesized about you. So this is why they put all this stuff together. And reality is that you didn't do anything. You got no karma in this, because you didn't roll around the mud with this person. This person's being attacking you left and right. Okay, they must have not known that you were part of the 8th house crew and have death got your back. Okay, so when people mess with you, death comes and it messes with them. Okay. Okay, death doesn't go against us. It works for us. Okay, remember that. We are the 8th house crew. This is where death comes from. Okay, that's what it's all about. So, you know, we don't look for trouble. But if trouble comes looking for us, death comes looking for that person that brought trouble. It's just the way it goes. What do you want us to tell you? They're very protective of us. Death is very protected. The Grim Reaper, he protects us. Okay, because you know why, brother? Because the King of Swords sees everything, and death is like the King of Swords, okay? They do see everything, okay? They do know what's happening all the time. They're always watching, okay? Because they don't like when people are, you know, bad things happen to good people, okay? They eventually will get that person back, okay? And you know why? Because Page of Pentacles, you're manifesting all this, okay? You are manifesting. You're seizing the opportunity to manifest your dreams and goals. You are learning new skills and expanding your knowledge, okay? And this King of Swords clearly sees that. And they see that you deserve everything the best, that you're a High Priestess, that you have this Wheel of Fortune, and that, you know, there's not much else to say. So let's wrap this up. Okay, what's going to be the end result here? Okay, the end result. I said, what's going to be the end result here? And that is you having this 2 of Cups, okay? Because it's always going to be the end result, is you having this 2 of Cups. It's just never not going to happen. Okay, it's never not going to happen. I always say it, okay? You know why? You're going to have this 2 of Cups because you remained in the sun energy, okay, brother? You are the one who brings the fun because you are the sun. You stayed positive this whole time. Being this positive High Priestess is the reason why you solved the puzzle, okay, Wheel of Fortune, and now you're getting your 2 of Cups, okay? And death is taking care of whatever nonsense that was fucking trying to stop you, okay? And the King of Swords is there because they've seen enough, okay? When the King of Swords comes out, that means they've seen enough. Okay, and you stay positive, while your counterpart has a desire to reconcile. 5 of Swords in reverse. Okay, 7 of Cups in reverse. Are not confused. They know you're the one, and are releasing any self-limiting beliefs when it comes to you or this 2 of Cups, okay? Because this High Priestess in reverse, matriarch, they are being seen as a moody disappointment, okay? False sense of success. They are first want to keep this cycle going, okay? And now they're under judgment, okay? And getting bad karma, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, with the 3 of Pentacles reverse, all types of disharmony, okay? And it being seen Hierophant in reverse as a corrupt hypocrite. They're done, okay? So see you later. I'll see you at 11. Bye. Oh, thanks so much for everybody, all my new subscribers. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.